He doesn't know what you are.
And I would keep it that way. Who are you?
Me? I'm the greatest ambassador to the gods, the giants, and all the creatures of the Nine Realms. I know every corner of these lands, every language spoken, every war waged, every deal struck. They call me Mimir, smartest man alive. And I have the answer to your every question.
Why does the son of Odin hunt us?
Okay, there are a few gaps in my knowledge. Brother, in case you can't resurrect me, there's something you need to know. Boy, the longer you wait to tell him his true nature, the more damage you do. He will resent you, and you may lose him forever.
There's much about me I would not have him know.
So you value your privacy more than your son, eh?
I'm going to cut off your head now.
Fair enough. Oh, brother.
What?
I've got an itch on my nose.
You do not.
I know, it's only in my head. But still, can you give me a scratch?
No. It would only itch more later.
Ah, you're right. Bloody undeath. Brother, what of your story? You faced the fates of your homeland, yeah? The legends I heard about the ghost of Sparta were surely exaggerated.
Exaggerated?
Oh, not in the brazen bloodshed righteous fury part. The part where it said you travelled back in time itself to win a battle once lost. It's strange credulity, obviously. I mean, a rumour about Thor knocking the world serpent back in history from Ragnarok is one thing.
It is the truth. The threads of fate span all life and time. The Sisters of Fate abused their power. When I challenged them, they threatened to undo my existence. So I killed them and turned their power on Zeus.
That's the most dangerous and irresponsible thing I've ever heard. These Norns have no such magic. Nor does anyone in these realms that I've ever seen.
Aye, can you imagine? If it existed, Odin would have it. And if Odin had it, we'd be 5 shades more fucked than we are already.
We'll just need the Bifrost in the head. Brock, do the touching.
Oh, this would be the part requiring my assistance then.
You said it. This device here has been crafted to your measurements. It'll help you get a better look at the problem with those Bifrost eyes of yours.
So, do I control this thing somehow then?
Oh, no. This is just to hold you in place while we shine this light in your eyes.
Oh, Cindy, you sodding bastard!
Open now! I was really hoping not to use the eyelid clamps.
Do it! Oh!
That's it! Good! Now, release!
Still unpleasant.
Oh, that's our cue. Come on, hurry!
I'm coming!
Frostfolk of eggs, man. What was that for?
You'll see soon enough. Just there. That should do it. See? No permanent damage.
I'll show you permanent damage, you wee fuck! Kratos! Throw me at him! Horns first!
Kratos. Zeus.
Zeus?
My father.
Your father was Zeus? Well, that explains a lot.
What is that place?
Never go there. Understand? Never go there. Understand? Guess where he's gonna go? Right there! Where else would he go?
Can you hear us in the chat? Let us know. I'm watching.
Please, because I'm saying terribly interesting things. Hello?
Yeah.
Speak to us. Speak to us.
Right. Tell us things.
Tell us. Can you hear us?
Right.
Am I here?
Yep, sounds good.
Great.
Fantastic.
I still remember that first scene where he cuts my head off. That's when we all met. Oh, wait, actually met us before that. And it was so much fun to do that scene because it was the only moment in the game where I had a body.
I mean,
that it was like, and then it was all gone. Suddenly, I was just, hello, Heed, how are you?
I mean, have you decided if he's the smartest man alive or the sassiest man alive?
I think he's the sassiest, and I'm beginning to think he's kind of dumb as well. He's like, let's face it, he keeps getting things wrong. Hey, Tyr, how you doing? Hey, Tyr, yeah. All right, I can't say anything, actually. That's a spoiler. Yeah, and even though the game's out, I'm not like, no, I can't say. So, anyway.
All right.
I'm sorry I'm late. There was a little game on called the World Cup, which I was at with somebody called Ben Prendergast at a bar, who we love. And it went on and on and on. And it was actually, everybody's in agreement. It was probably the greatest, best World Cup final ever. It was just, I've lost my voice. I was screaming in a bar full of rowdy, actually, we're next to a lot of Poles. It's like, we're Polish people, Scottish people, Australian people, no French or Argentinians, but, whatever.
I mean, I'm sure if you looked harder, you might have found them.
I'm sure there was definitely, when France scored, there were definitely some screams. Yeah, so I'm sure they were there.
Who did end up winning? I had to be here.
Argentina and penalties. It was just insanely exciting.
I mean, I'm all for Argentina.
Yeah, and Lionel Messi. Leonardo.
100%.
Anywho, good to see you all, even though I can't.
Right. But we're going to sign some amazing autographs for you people today, and we're going to ask some incredibly interesting questions.
And I'm going to give some incredibly boring answers.
I don't believe that. But first up, we have one for, we're not making this out to anybody apparently, but we have unrealistic standards for senators.
Look at that. Look at that body. Come on.
No.
It's just like me as well, isn't it? I'm just, you look at that and you go, oh, there's Alastair.
Right, exactly. I think the jawline is spot on. Look at that. All right. And this one is to no one, but they wanted to say nanomachines, son.
Okay, there we go. Where's the camera?
Nanomachines right there. Nanomachines.
Okay, that's going out. Here we are. Sign that. On to the next one.
Nope. You got to write nanomachines.
Oh, no, I thought this was the second one was.
No.
Oh, sorry.
That's this one. We'll learn, guys. We'll learn. We're learning as we go. You have incredible handwriting.
Incredibly bad.
No, I think
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Wow. These are all Mimir in another life.
Look at this.
See, look at that.
Magical.
Yeah. Fantastic.
All right. Again, unrealistic body standards for senators.
Where does he get his shirts from? That's what I want to know. How does he get them? Him and The Rock, they must
have the same tailor.
They must have the same tailor.
All right. So first question is actually a nepotism question. It's from my mother.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And she says, right? This one, he says, making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. If you need me to make that bigger, I totally can. But yeah, my mother wants to know what it was like working on Murder, She Wrote with the late great Angela Lansbury.
It was fantastic. Did I just misspell omelets? I think yeah, I did. I put an extra L in. Well, there you go. That's the Scottish spelling of omelets.
We love it.
Omelets here, Jack. Here, Jack. It was so much fun because she was an icon, and it was amazing. I like doing that, and then doing the one I did with Dick Van Dyke. What was it called? Murder. When he was a doctor, it was a doctor. He was a medical murderer. What is it called? I don't know. Anyway, with both of them, it was like I'm on a set with an icon, with a legend, and it was just fun. Just fun for the sake of it. It wouldn't have mattered what I was doing. If I was saying one line, I wouldn't have cared because it was just so much fun being there with him.
Diagnosis Murder.
Diagnosis Murder. That was it. I knew there was something medical in it, but I couldn't remember.
No, that's from Kurt told us, who is a member of our graphic design team, and he actually made these prints. So when you see these Alastair Duncan prints in Alastair's shop, which you can go to and still get prints, these were made by Kurt, who knew that it was Diagnosis Murder, and now they're busted. There
you go, Kurt. Who's this for?
This one is for Pat.
Pat.
And it says, feel free to add your favorite Mimir quote. I know, there are so many. There are so many. Kurt, I know you're watching. Please drop at least 3 Mimir quotes into the Slack so that I know, we have a database. And I will be half of a face this entire stream, or less.
There we go. Alastair Duncan, bollocks.
That's a great line. Brilliant. Brilliant. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
I love that. For you, Pat.
Now, I know that we've got Are we
Right to Pat.
go to Pat?
Yeah,
Good God.
Pat's gonna be sad.
I don't think I wrote to anybody in the other ones.
I don't know that you needed to.
Oh, good. Then it
Right?
all
It
works
all
out.
works out.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right. Next,
Check this out.
we put a number on the back of this bad boy.
Let's do
And
it.
then this one is just to no one with
To
no
no one
special
again.
instructions. So just turn in. Wait, wrong one. Ha ha ha. That was my fault.
It's all falling apart here. I'm looking for another pen.
There are so many.
I know. Let's see if this one's less chunky. Yeah, it is. Good.
All right, number 23 right there. To no one.
To,
To no one. See?
all right. I was about to sign it to no one.
One of these days, we'll have one of those.
There we go.
Fantastic. Love
Now tell me when I
that.
can make my phone call, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
But-
You can make it whenever you want. But first, I have a question. I
Yep.
know you did side voices in the original God of War. So did that lead you into your role for Mimir?
No,
or-
it did not. That was way back when. I don't even remember what voices I did way back when in God of War. No, this came totally separately from that. They didn't know me. They didn't remember me. They didn't care. And then they met me and then they cared. And that's what matters.
That's to Jack.
Jack.
That's what it says. Right there, top
Jack.
one.
To Jack, to stuff like Bampot, make it into big. Could you write any one of Mimir's iconic funny quips that you like? I can't remember any of the funny quips. To Jack, yeah. To Jack, funny quip.
My nose itches.
My nose itches.
Good.
It's not really a funny quip.
Bollocks, brother. Respectfully. Bollocks.
Bollocks, brother. I like that one. What was the ball bag? There's something ball bag.
I have not played. Everybody in the
Can you
chat
look,
will let us know.
what was the ball bag? It was talking about Thor. Oh, it's not that. You don't want to use that one.
Kurt, you need to type faster. This is just
Brother. Respectfully, bollocks.
Yes. See. Apparently you call 4 people ball bags in the whole game.
I do. Thor was definitely one of them. I should sign it as well, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Lucy's.
Or else you'll have to come back. I mean, we would love to see you again.
Yep,
But I'm
but
sure
it
you
would
have
be-
better things to do at Christmas time.
Christmas. You know.
28. And then let me get rid of this one.
You
You did Jack.
Daniel Hip of the Bloody goes to Sparta.
Austin. Brother.
Family came from Edinburgh. Who do you like being attached to more? Chris Judge or Troy Baker? Okay. And this is to Austin.
Were you attached to Troy Baker?
I was inside Troy Baker. Me and Troy were one in the same character, or I was a ghost inside of him in Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
You learn something new every day. All right. I'm going to need a print of that. I'm going to go hunting. You guys, hunting for
What
you.
did I say? I'm dangling from the hip of the bloody goes to Sparta. That was my first major role in games.
Speaking of dangling from the hip, I have these prints that didn't make it into the shop in time, but Kurt modified it. Look at these. I'm going to add these for next time, you guys.
Oh wow, that's so
Isn't
cool.
that sick?
That's brilliant.
Love this one, you guys. So next time you guys can get your giant Mimir quotes here in the blank space. But that one's for me this time. Okay.
Right, that's that one.
Fantastic. Love that.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Go right ahead.
Gonna do this thing.
We're gonna have a special guest via audio only,
If my phone will actually.
right? And the mic's here, which
Mic's
should
there.
probably be closer to you. There we go.
Let's see here.
Hello,
Hey, who is this?
it's Ben.
It's Ben. Now, the reason why we're calling Ben is because I was late today because of Ben. So
Yeah,
I want you to.
that guy.
That's
That guy.
he's just a problem always. You all know Ben as Tier. No,
That's right. That's
Tia.
right. I didn't sound anything like Tia, but does Tia really sound like Tia? That's the question.
no, that's a good question. Is Tier really Tier? Who's Tier?
Yeah. No spoilers.
Actually, yeah, I've got.
Are you live now? Are you drinking along?
I'm live. I made it here. I think I've got 2 miles left in my tank. It was exciting, but I got here. I'm signing away, and I told everybody that we watched the World Cup together, the most exciting World Cup ever.
Oh my God! I just saw a tweet by Matt Sofos, the head writer, and he said that he's not a football guy, which we talked about on the Game Awards, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm like, you're a soccer fan." He's like, "No, I don't follow at all." And he said, "I'm a convert," and I was like, "I knew we'd get him."
Yes, yes.
The World Cup converts many.
It does. This one should.
Right?
I'm going to tell you that actually there was a load of reporting from Europe saying that, and all over Europe, they said this is the best World Cup final ever.
It had everything.
It did.
Absolutely everything except for a red card.
Except for a red card, which is good because nobody got sent off because that would have been sad because they were all so good. So everybody,
So good.
start
So
watching
good.
football.
Football.
I just watched that Mbappe goal again.
See? And there's Ben's daughter.
That's Yoko. In the
That's
background.
Yoko. Yep.
Alistair's live.
I'm live.
What's the plan? Like who's getting what signed and everything?
There's a load of people getting things signed for Mimir, and also quite a few people wanting in Senator Armstrong.
Senator Armstrong, he's a lovely guy.
He's a sweet man. He makes Trump look like an angel.
I don't know if we're getting political on this show or not, but I did see that Trump is under investigation by the Securities Commission for his NFT cards. So,
really?
It's a win all the way around today. You know, Argentina got up, and although how many people out there got their Trump cards? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get mine yet. Nope, they haven't arrived.
No. Okay.
Okay, mate. Well, if you want to follow, what are you on Twitter?
I'm Benji P, BenjiPea. Come on, say hello.
Benji P on Twitter, and then you'll see a photograph of me and him together in a bar watching the World Cup. Which, I mean, who doesn't want to have that?
Because that's that is the Scottish and Australian way.
Exactly. Get up early and have a beer.
Yeah, I was like, that should be the way everywhere.
All right, mate.
Okay, mate. I will talk to you.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. See you later. Bye.
All right, see you. Bye.
All right.
He is such a fantastic human.
He is. He is truly. I feel like the people I've met on these games they're my favorite part of them. And I can't write and talk at the same time, apparently.
That's okay. That's okay. For all of you who don't know, Ben is also on Streamily, but he did his signing on Wednesday and then closed his shop. So you missed out on this amazing tier poster that's 11 by 17, and it's absolutely stunning. Come back to us. Sorry, my computer went dead.
Is anybody asking any interesting questions? I mean,
yes, there are a couple. Let's see. There was one earlier that I'm going to find.
so
I think it's beautiful.
I think actually maybe this pen isn't quite.
You can use and abuse. Use and abuse.
That's what I'm doing. I'm absolutely using and
abusing. Where's that DC question? I had
yes. I saw that. Did you prefer working for DC or
Marvel? Had you done both?
I mean, DC was Batman was playing Alfred, and Marvel is playing what's his name, Vulture.
Oh yes, that's right.
Anyway, you know what? I'll be honest. Alfred was such a joy to play, and I've played him now so many times, and I would play him again in a second if anybody asked me. But I've done like 9 or 10 different titles, including the series where I did 50 episodes of it, and it's just a blast. I mean, Alfred is just such a lovely man.
You sold
one
of those prints.
We sold one of. There you go. I've sold a print of Alfred.
Yes.
See, he's making me money. I love him.
I mean, I love Alfred. I always thought Alfred was amazing. You seem to play the wise storyteller frequently.
I do now. When I was younger, I played the either the bad guy, the foreign killer, or else the academic. I played a lot of academics. Yeah. That's when I was smart.
I love that. So these are another one by Kurt, but I couldn't. In naming them, I was supposed to use Mimir lines, And I just couldn't help myself because this one turns up right next to the other one. And so I called it Look Here Another.
Look here.
And I was like, I loved that.
See? Who's this to?
This is to Nick.
Can you surprise me with a fun little detail message or maybe your favorite quote? Okay, what was the ball bag?
I don't know. But
Okay.
It's coming up empty. And the chat is too. Come on, you guys. I trust you. Oh, Nick's in the chat.
Nick?
Nick's in the chat. Very bottom.
Third bottom. That's me. Alfred all the way. Nick, what was the ball bag? Because I just loved, you know what?
I mean, I suppose you could just make it up and say it was cut.
Ball bag. It's such a great moment. And that, actually,
Nick, look at that.
Look at that.
Sorry, Nick, I'm like.
Actually, my favorite line was when Kratos said, "I'm going to cut your head off now." And I went, fair enough. I love that. It's like, okay, sure, cut my head off.
Let me number this one. Oh, we've got it.
Where'd it go?
It went away. Hold on. I can bring it up. I have the technology. There you go. It's on my phone.
Yes, too long a line. Okay, I'll do it.
This one is for Cassie.
Cassie.
Cassie, C-A-S-S-Y.
I think I can do it.
Good job, Kurt. Thanks for being my researcher today. Appreciate you.
There we go.
I love it. All right, that's it for VIPs. Now we're going to go into everything else.
Oh my goodness.
Even more Senator Armstrong. Cassie, that one's for you.
Thank you, Cassie.
Love
Enjoy.
it. All right, more Senator Armstrong. This man's, I swear. Like,
He is a muscular man.
we had to print out extras. We had done an initial printing and then we had to print more because so many people were like, I want a picture of the bad guy.
The bad guy is always the most interesting.
Right. This one's to Scott.
A patriotic thank you. Message and signed by Armstrong. Signed by Armstrong. Oh, you want it signed by Senator Armstrong. All right.
Apparently.
All right.
All right.
To Scott.
I mean, I don't know that I would want anything signed by Senator Armstrong, but he's got you writing a monologue here.
I know.
It's the whole thing. Oh my goodness. But while we're on the subject of how great Alfred is, I know I'm coming back, but look at these, you guys. Aren't these darling? I love them. I love them so much.
Darling.
So cute. Like one of my favorite prints.
Oh, there you go. Senator Armstrong. That's there. Where is it? Which one am I supposed to be pointing at?
This one.
Look.
This one.
There you go.
Fabulous. Next up is another one of these ridiculous arts. I'm sorry, you guys, you can't see it because you're here, but.
And no idea who this one is to, but
nope.
There we go.
Clearly, it's to no one. Let me put a number on the back.
Any number.
Anyone. Yeah, clearly. They're just not important. The numbers
Exactly,
are
you
not
are.
important.
It's completely arbitrary.
Nothing.
There we go.
Fantastic. 20. There we are.
And I guess I sign it as me. Yes.
Yes.
Unless they actually demand.
Yeah, unless they demand Armstrong.
Yeah. And
This.
now we're back to
Back
old
to
Mimir.
for Alex.
Alex Thacker. Thacker. Aha.
Include your favorite quote. Kurt says you could literally just write things like Thor's a ball bag.
Oh,
and
there we
stuff,
go. I like that.
And people will accept it and love it.
Sorry, who's this to? To Alex.
I love it.
That's what I was looking for.
What do you think a conversation between Mimir and Senator Armstrong would be like?
It would be pithy. I'll say that.
What is the American equivalent of pithy? Because I admit that
Pithy. It would be there would be a lot of conflict, and it would be pithy. An American version of pithy.
Yeah, I haven't heard it, but I'm sure there
It's,
are more
you know,
educated Americans than I.
snide remarks and jabs at each other. They would be fencing. They would be on the other hand. Senator Armstrong would be using a mallet, and Mimir would be using a rapier. So it would be like, that's what it would be like.
I mean, that sounds a lot like my stage combat training.
There you go. Mallet versus rapier. Yep. Who's this to?
This is to Richard.
Oh, I don't tell. That's right. You're right. I don't tell silly stories to Sigrun. That was beautiful. Who's this to Richard?
Oh my gosh.
I loved Sigrun.
So speaking of silly stories, did you have a story that you loved when you were a kid? Because your entire character arc is telling all of these basically bedtime stories, is what they were originally.
No, I do not. But I did love inventing stories from my brother and sister and my cousins. I remember when we were all on vacation together, if it was raining or something, we'd sit inside and sometimes I just tell a story. And with my daughters, I actually tell them stories. And I've even written one of them into a book because it was sort of so much fun and went on for so long.
So I wrote it down.
No, it's never been published, and it never will be. I've actually written another book which should be published at one day because it's actually a good story.
This is for Jacob. Says this is for Jacob's secret Santa gift. So if you could tie something into that, that'd be great.
But I
believe in you.
Believe
in the me that believes in you. Does anybody know, colloquially, why across the pond it's Happy Christmas, but here we say Merry Christmas?
We also say Merry Christmas over there, actually. Yeah, we do. We do say
all. I mean, Americans aren't special. We know that, but we choose to believe differently.
No. Odin. Santa Claus
26.
in a Norse myth. There we go.
Oh, I love it. So when did you come across the pond?
1994, I moved over here. I started working here in 1993. No, yeah, I started working in 1993. Started coming here in 1988. Started working in 1993 and moved here in 1994.
Not to make you feel old, but I was born in 98.
Yeah, there you go. No, 94. Yeah, 1988. Yeah, first year. Yeah. No, it makes me feel old. Well done. Thanks. I love it. Julio, man, call me brother. Thank you.
Aw.
To Julio.
I love reading all of your special instructions sometimes. What you guys don't know about working here, about doing this job, is that I get to see all your comments and I get to read all the sweet little notes that you give to the actors, and it makes me tear up. I think I cry 3 times a day.
Oh.
It's very cathartic to see all that kind of love in the world. It's like it still exists. We don't all hate each other every day.
Oh, this pen's running out.
Are they running out, or is it just this glossiness?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I have paint pens if we feel that would be just more appropriate, but I feel like they'll pull.
You see that it's sort of.
I do. They like start strong and then they just
whip away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Yep.
All right.
All right. And then this one is to Frank, but Frank has no special instructions.
And Frank.
Aki.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Oh, stunning. Now, if it'll just keep it up.
Frank. Best wishes, brother.
Such a good line. 10 out of 10, strong line.
Finally.
All right. Beautiful. Let me write a number on the back of this bad boy.
You just remember the record. Well, dangle a burly god's backside for a female to it from a. You'll find yourself looking for all sorts of these perspectives.
Wow.
What's
This
that?
is a big one.
I know. I have to start here and go down like this little border.
But does he use
It's not to
anyone.
anyone. So
Okay.
it is what it is, you guys.
Here we go. Angle from a burly god's backside for a few. Oh, god's backside. And for a few interesting info. It's gonna go on forever.
Forever and ever and ever.
Thank you all. And you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new things. And God, this is long. And you'll find
yourself looking for
Looking.
all sorts
I'm gonna
of
have to
new
go.
perspectives.
I would have to go down here.
Of new perspectives. Some of the anime lines I see, they write like 4 paragraphs, and I'm like, this won't fit on a Funko Pop, you guys.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Right, exactly. We're back to Senator Armstrong. So, did Chris ever just throw you over his shoulder while you guys were doing the mocap to be like, this is what you're experiencing?
No, he did not. I think even as strong as he is, I think I'm a little bit too big for that. Occasionally I would just sort of nestle my head against his ass so that people could look like, hello, I'm here.
I mean, you're living
Jesus.
every gamer's dream.
But
Truly.
in the end,
All right. And we have no idea who it's to.
Oh.
That's all right. Is it important?
No. Okay, I'll just say Mike, but in the end, I guess.
Right. Apparently. Sometimes you guys keep it simple. And
sometimes you keep it really enigmatic.
Yes.
With no idea.
Just out here doing our best.
Just doing our best.
Doing our best. This is 31.
I want Mimir as an uncle too. I want to hear that. Mimir is the best uncle.
Is he though? Or is he just that really great drunk guy at the bar that you run into?
When Kratos had to shove Mimir's eye in, how did that scene play out? Well, it didn't, because we didn't do that on the stage. It played out in the booth, and it wasn't painful, is all I can say.
I mean, it sounds painful. All right, here you are. Look here, another.
Feel free to add your favorite quote.
Yep, to Tim.
To Tim. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to say all the best, brother. I don't know what. No, in fact, here we go. Bollocks, brother. There we go.
Oh my gosh, Kurt, why? You waited too long, sir. Sir.
What's he saying now?
1,000,000 quotes. And we're getting to like the Senator Armstrong.
Okay, send me those.
I mean, I'll just leave them here for you. If you need me to expand them, I can. Make that happen. All right.
Right. You see, there's so many good lines I've got, and I've forgotten them all. Because in the last game, I had 10,000 lines, so I don't think it's possible to remember them.
I mean, there's someone that can quote the entire Shrek movie, so I'm sure we could come up with a
Wow,
couple.
that's impressive.
All right.
I can't quote nothing.
Isn't it your whole job?
No, my whole job is to remember lines for the moment that I have to. And my job is
Just
to forget
like in
them.
one ear and out the other.
Because there's more lines got to go in, and there's only so much space.
For Travis, do you have a favorite line? As
Oh yeah, I do now. There we go.
What is it? You have to say it to the camera, or else.
Hold on, I'll write it down to Travis. You're cracked. You know that? Excellent.
Thank you, Kurt, for saving the stream because I wouldn't have known any of these. Too much going on.
Too much going on. World Cup going on.
Let's see.
There we go. See, even this, now this pen's going wonky.
See, I think it's the whatever high glossy nonsense.
High glossy nonsense.
That they put on this. Like, I love it. It looks beautiful, but we just did Travis, so that one can.
My goodness, this is a lot of people.
I know. You had 27 orders last I checked.
Wow.
And I had to shut down the shop because I'm running out of prints.
Ha!
I might have to print more. I'll have to stay here till I get more. 33. This is for
Laney.
Laney.
Any fun advice would be great. Many thanks.
Ooh.
No. Okay. No, this one's not. That's crap.
We're going through silvers like crazy. You could try a bronze.
Any fun advice?
For life? For acting? For storytelling?
For storytelling.
Oh, look!
What?
Oh, hi.
Hi, Lainey. I'm trying to think of Mimir advice. I'm just going to say, come on, Mimir advice. Fun advice. I don't like that last one.
I mean,
Uh,
before I ask the print guy for more prints because we oversold.
Everything about dragons is powerful, even their feces. I don't think that's a good one. Delaney.
It says for anything really.
Okay. There we go. Listen first, talk last. Mimir never said that, but I did.
I love it. It's perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes. No notes. No notes. No notes. All right, we're going to have to skip to Senator Armstrong because I'm going to have to ask my print guy because you oversold Kurt's prints. Look at you. You are so popular. So
I obviously am. Who knew? Oh, there's an Alfred Pennyworth coming up.
Yes, there is. And I'm really excited about it.
Ah,
35.
you see, I thought so in all of these things. When I looked up my Streamily, it said all by Kurt Spence. I thought, this guy Kurt Spence is ordering dozens of these things.
I mean,
what is going on with all his friends and relatives? And, okay, Kurt.
No, Kurt's the artist.
I got that. But sorry, Kurt, I didn't register it, idiot.
Nano Machine's son.
Oh my God. Okay. Here we go to James. What? Well, we've got Michael.
I know I have to get more printed.
You're
just too popular. Sir.
I'm too popular to James. And this pen is not working.
Try a bronze. I'm down for that bronze.
Well, I can't do bronze on here, can I?
Oh, who knows?
Oh, should I try it? All right.
Yeah,
to
you might
James.
as well. To James. Oh, yeah, no,
Yep,
you were right.
yep.
You were right.
See?
I was wrong. You were right.
Let's try black.
You were right. Marco, I need more prints.
There we go. No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh, well. I think we can get away with this. We hide in response to, no, I'm going to have to, no, that's not going to work.
All
Okay.
Right. We'll do our best.
Machine Sun. This is going to come in several different colors.
It's going to be great.
They are I remember this line.
That's amazing. See, you do have a crack memory. Good job.
Physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack. What is it? You can't hurt me, Jack?
I can tell you. You
can't hurt me, Jack.
You can't hurt me, Jack.
Not to you. Can't hurt me, Jack.
Y'all, I have requested these Alastair Mimir prints so many times. They're the top, thing on my documents. Like, when I go in to pull up a file, it's like, oh, yeah, you mean these? And it's like, yes. Absolutely, that's what it is.
Just get them to me.
Right, so many.
There we go. There we go. Nanomachine Sun. I've done it.
I love it.
Okay.
All right,
So
James,
actually,
it's in like
I'm gonna
30
do-
colors.
Yeah, you're getting the new and improved.
It's beautiful.
Print.
We love it.
Let's start signing the table now.
Right.
That's all that's left.
No, I do have
Signing my hand.
next one's for Colton, and it is again Senator Armstrong. I'm sorry, I have seen all of the cutscenes for Senator Armstrong.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm just not. I scoured your work, sir.
You probably know my work better than me. I can't watch me. I'm like, I did it. I don't need to watch it again. How do we get rid of that?
Oh yes, sorry.
To Colton Barmel? Yeah.
Barmel. Oh, your girl gotta write the number on the back though, my bad.
Oh, Barmel. We're all sons of the Patriots now.
Are we though?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, look, I
Oh,
don't know that
sons.
we are.
Oh,
I mean, my family came over like super early, at least on my mom's side. We
How
tracked
early?
that back like, oh my gosh, I want to say even pre-revolution, like super early. But like, homie was a stowaway on a ship. Is like the earliest thing that we have back because he was in like England, and then all of a sudden he came up on a census on like on the east coast.
suddenly he just
He
flew
just
across
appeared,
here.
yeah,
He was
he just appeared.
Got on a jet. He said, "I'm gonna fly." Yeah,
Exactly. You know, it only took him like 2 years.
exactly. That was the thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna send a letter home, and
Right.
6 months later we get there. Are we basically out? Are we done?
No,
Yeah.
you've got more to say. Sir, do you not see this computer screen?
I do, but we don't have any. We don't have any.
We do.
Pictures left.
We do. I have
To
this.
Alan.
I just have to.
And this is
I put the wrong number on it.
This is Mimir. No, this
37.
is.
Yeah, this is Mimir.
How? Number 37.
Yeah, I put
Okay.
57 on the back.
To
so-
Alan.
Yep, to Alan. No special instructions, but we have Alfred coming up, and I'm so excited. All right, to the chat for questions. I'm coming in, you guys. Figuring it out. We love it.
Well, there we go.
Here we go.
I haven't been holding these up. Sorry about that.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
All right. Nick wanted to know, with
Oh,
the
hi, Nick.
stakes being so much higher in Ragnarok, did that affect your approach to Mimir in any way? If it did, how so?
No, because I don't know the stakes are higher in Ragnarok as Mimir. What I do have is I have a different relationship with Kratos and with Atreus, and that affected my relationship because we were far less confrontational. There was actually we're working together, and Kratos is a very different man in this in Ragnarok, I feel. So that was the difference. But I don't know how big the stakes are until like we're in Ragnarok. The first game, it was it was about the relationship.
Well, how did that relationship develop between like you, Chris, and Sunny from game 1 to game 2?
Well, from game 1 to game 2, in game 1, I was far more of the mentor to Sunny, and in game 2, Kratos was actually mentoring. And in game 2, Sunny has actually he is now ready to move off. He wants to get out and he wants to live his life. And it's about Kratos being willing to let go. And my relationship with both of them is to I'm trying to help them. And at the same time, I'm trying to stop Ragnarok from happening. And I'm trying to actually save the fucking world. So, it's all of that's going on, just little things. But I believe that that what makes Ragnarok such a great game is the relationships. And my relationship with Freya. In the end, I won't say that we're friends, but I've got her back and she's got my back, which is amazing.
I love that. All right, last one before I hand you this Alfred Pennyworth one to sign. It says best pickup line in Mimir's voice. Go.
Best pickup line.
Yes.
Hey, darling, you dancing? Oh, good for you. I can't. That wasn't very good, was it?
That wasn't. That was sad.
That
But
was
look
sad.
at how cute this is, you guys. This is the next one. It's to Junior, and I love it.
To Junior.
Yes. Oh, this is so sweet. So I'm going to let him read
okay.
this adorable comment.
Shall we?
It's just super cute.
To Junior. Okay.
Yep. JR.
To JR.
It's Junior. It's not JR.
JR.
Because it's not. Move these, please.
Let's get to work, shall we?
If Marco prints them, he better. I'll go check in a minute. Leave you here to chat with people.
It's really one-sided, this chat.
I mean, they're all really just here to hear your voice. They don't care what I say. They just want me to ask you questions. Or
So
have
I
you
keep
say
talking.
things. Exactly.
Excellent. There we go.
So when
So
Alastair
Junior?
called me today
To say I was late.
to say he was going to run late, it was probably the best phone call I've ever had, because a Scottish man is just like, if I'm late, is that cool, or like does it fuck everything up? And I was like,
It's
the
okay.
accent, it just sold it. I was like, I'm here for it.
Get the accent, guys. Get the accent and the kilt. I assure you. People will love it.
Oh, Lord bless, Lord bless. All right, I do have more of the Senator Armstrong ones, but I gotta go see if
So I'll just keep talking, shall I?
you can. Well, let me hand you the Senator Armstrong one, and I will also find questions. I have many. I was going to have like a full English tea sent over, but we were gonna drink coffee. I was gonna have scones and everything, but the woman that I
Bloody
usually
hell.
order from, she's not doing it. She's making Yule logs, like the. Ay Dios.
Dios.
No, because I know the French name for it, but it escapes me. The chocolate cake.
Brioche.
The bûche de Noël.
Oh,
She's
nice.
making a whole bunch of those right now, and she's like, "Oh, I just can't." And I was like, "That's fine, I understand," because I love her so much that she could have told me that she just doesn't want to, and I would be like, "That's totally fine, I understand." But yeah, I was gonna order scones. So next time, I promise.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
we'll get Chris and Sunny in here, and we'll all just have tea. That would be amazing.
Brian, nanomachines, son. Nanomachines.
All right, and now talk to the chat while I go see if Marco has printed me.
Talk. Let's see what. How was the mocap process in Middle Earth between you and Troy Baker in the gameplay segments? In the gameplay segments, there is no mocap. It's all the cutscenes that we do mocap. In gameplay, you guys are chopping each other to bits or chopping other things to bits, and I don't do that because I'm too old. I just do the acty bitty.
You and my mother are the same age. Don't
Really?
you know? Yes.
Oh wow.
I believe she is older than you by a few months.
Laura knows so much about me. It's scary. I know nothing about her. Well. What have we got here? Don Volio, you are from Scotland. Very good. Winner. What have we got? I could listen to Mimir all day. I have talked as Mimir all day. I enjoyed it. Holy shit. Somebody just noticed something, and I am not answering that question because I can't. Wow. How many accents have you done in your career? Okay, so what's his name? We did Bugs Bunny. I've got a mental block.
I have no idea.
Come on, Bugs Bunny, the greatest voiceover actor ever.
You act like I'm good at my job. I just
Oh,
show
you
up
do.
every day.
You're so good because you know so much about me, but you don't know anything about.
Well,
Anyway,
researched.
how many accents do I do? I do a lot of accents. I do a lot of accents, and I do quite a few voices. But the really great voiceover actors do accents, and they do all these different voices. I can do some, and I can actually do more than I've been employed to do because people haven't trusted me with the really difficult ones. But anyway, I enjoy doing all sorts of different voices. Look at this one. I'm going to point out to you, but you're not allowed to say anything. And I'm not allowed to answer that question.
Oh, got it.
Edinburgh. I was born in Edinburgh, Don Volio. I moved to Glasgow when I was 4. Silent Dragon 64. What? Mel Blanc. Thank you. Jesus. I mean, what? How could I not remember Mel Blanc's name? Oh, that's he could do 1,500 different voices. 1,500 different voices. People who can do 50 are amazing to me. I can do 10, 15. I don't know how many I can do, but 50, and they were all different. Wow. Genius.
Rude, Kurt. Rude.
I saw your face inside the. Oh my goodness.
So many people.
Mel Blanc. Yeah, somebody else said Mel Blanc.
Yep. Whether or not we get more of these prints is completely dependent on if my print guy will wake up from the nap he is presently taking. So you will get your prints. I just might have to end the stream because I do have someone else coming in.
Oh, you do?
I do. But at 1:00, so you have like an hour.
An hour to sit here and
just chat if you want. But yes, get your questions in now.
Do you have any favorite character in God of War Ragnarok apart from Mimir? I have several. Sindri and Brock. Brock, hey! I love doing box voice. What the fuck are you talking about? See, here's a voice I can do. Yeah. At least I think I can do it. And Sindri, they were so great in Ragnarok, and they got to do such amazing stuff. And then Tyr, Ben, I mean, he's just like, obviously, apart from the regulars, there's me and Chris and Sonny, and Danielle, and Adam and
it's like a big family.
It is. It's been. We actually all have a group chat, and we chat to each other. And Adam did the most amazing thing. We got given a gift, which was the Jotnar edition of Ragnarok, and we all signed it, and Adam gave it to this guy, Jacksepticeye, who works with, what's the name, WC Kitchen, the Andreas.
Oh, yeah.
They auctioned it off as part of the fundraising for that, and on that fundraising day they raised $10 million.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
$10 million, and 98% of what is raised goes to the people who need it, not the administration or anything else. It actually goes to meals for people who need them, and that, you know, touches my heart. And Adam put that together, and he's amazing, and Jacksepticeye is amazing, and that was we were all in the chat and we all got it together. I'm very lucky in that respect. We like each other. In the game, you know, Chris was such a great leader on the set. He set the tone. Slightly obscene, but you know, whatever. Hilarious.
Were you at the Game Awards with
Yeah,
him
I was
at
the Game Awards. We were not allowed to go down to rust the stage at any point because of COVID and everything else.
Yeah.
There was that kid who actually got up there when the Game of the Year was announced, and he was talking about Bill Clinton for some reason, which was like, that was hilarious.
Hilarious, but probably terrifying.
Yeah, I know. For like, well, they suddenly rushed up on stage. They're like, this shouldn't be happening. What the hell's he doing there? But we were all there, me and Danielle and Adam and Ben, and Robert was supposed to be there, but he was actually working the next morning really early, so he couldn't. But yeah, we were all there cheering and shouting, and along with everybody else, our voice director and other cast members. Scott was there. I can't remember who else was there, but it was, you know, you become a family when you work together for 3 years on something. You get to know each other. Which is really cool. I've suddenly become very short. I'm like
slowly sinking.
I've been up.
We're losing him.
Been up since 5 this morning.
I've been up since 4.
Oh, good God! You always have to go one better.
I know.
You do.
I'm
no
from
more
a military
about me.
family. Like, see, okay, but if you saw me at like 8 o'clock when I'm in like my full bog witch form, where I'm just like dead to the world, I can't make a coherent sentence, you'd be like, "All right, ma'am."
Right. You get your time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
With Adam with the welding, but that's Robert Craighead was great. But I've seen with Adam with the welding, he killed it. Adam with the welding, no idea what that was. I love Sindri. I love Sindri and Rob. Was the process an everyday thing, or were you working on the game off and on throughout that 3 years? We were working on the game off and on. Basically, we shut down during COVID. That was the problem. Everybody was working from home. So the developers were working from home. They normally work in a big, you know, they work on Santa Monica Studios, and they're all in there working together. A big old tank, all in there. And now they're working from home. And we as actors, we couldn't go on the mocap stage, so there was none of that. And there's a lot of mocap in this game. So that all got shelved for basically a year until we came back in 2020. Toward the end of 2020 and started again, and then it was full on. We were just as soon as they could get things done, we were in there. And once all the mocap was finished, then we were in the booth. Excuse me, I just burped and I had salmon for breakfast, so I'm sorry. I apologize. Salmon and beer I had for breakfast, a typical Scottish breakfast. There you go. Yeah, so then it was in the booth, and I was in the booth a lot. So that's how it worked.
This one. I want this one. Look, that's you can look on the screen. It's bigger.
Is Corey Barlow as sassy in real life as he is? He's far more sassy. I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, the guy is brilliant. And never stops working, and creative, and also I believe we're all creative. I believe all of us have the capacity to be creative. But there are some people who are creative and also get it done, who are producers essentially, who can make it happen, directors, producers, whatever. And those like Corey are unbelievable. You know, like to do what he does. And then Eric in the last game, who I love and is hilarious. When we were on the mocap stage, I'd be standing one side, I'd be standing the other, and he'd just walk over to me and go, "I have no idea what's going on." And I say, "No, do I?" It's like I just because I'm ahead, and he's
like I exist.
But he did have an idea what was going on, and he made it happen. So, all right, when Sindri breaks down to Atreus and Kratos, yes, that was just wonderful. I mean, he killed that. Adam did. Without giving anything away, do you have any games coming out? Without giving anything away, I think I do, but I don't know when. I've got games I'm doing right now, but I can't tell you what they are because otherwise somebody will come through that door and just drag me out of here and beat me up. They're everywhere. Big Brother is watching you. We sign these things that then they put something in our heads so they can follow us, so we know what we're saying and what we're doing.
Ooh, one from Nick here. It'll pop up on
How
the
many
screen.
headless jokes did you have to endure throughout that whole time? There were some fairly constant ones about me, you know, like because when you're doing mocap, you have to assume a certain position. So when the mocap starts, and you have to assume the same position at the end. So it was always the joke of me not assuming, because all I've got is mocap head, so I couldn't assume. It didn't matter what I did, so I would be doing, you know, anything, and they'd laugh at me and joke at me and make fun of me, which didn't really make fun of me at all. You know, am I in the right space? You know, am I on my marks? Alastair, find your marks. My marks were anywhere. I could be anywhere, because the funny thing is because as a head, because I'm supposed to be hanging off Kratos's arse, and I can't because I'm 6'2" and he's 6'2", so I'm hanging off same height. So I would just be, I'd try and position myself wherever I was sort of out of the way, but sort of where I could be, so that I could, you know, my dialogue would be coming in and make sense. And then they'd have something that was my head that they'd put down or have hanging off his arse. But when people were new to the set, and I've probably told this story before, when people were new to the set, they'd come in and they'd be, you know, everybody'd be standing around and playing the scene to each other. And then I'd have my lines, and the new people would go, and they just turn around to me, and I go, "No, I'm down there. Look down there. Look. No." And they go, "Oh, yeah." And then they do it, and then you can't help it. When you hear somebody talking, you turn to them. Yeah. But it was me. So eventually they learned, and that was always the standing joke. Just new person, like, watch this. Yeah, that takes ruined because you're not looking in the right place.
You know, you can look at the screen. It'll be bigger text along the bottom.
I know, but I'm just seeing, because I'm missing. How does it feel to have the characters you voiced become iconic? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I love that Mimir has become this iconic character. It's because he's so much fun to play. And Alfred was an icon before I ever played him. You know, he's a character that sort of, I think every British voiceover actor wants to play. He's sort of the Hamlet of British. No, he's not at all. But he is very cool.
Isn't that like James Bond?
Yeah, but he's not really an animated character as such. You know, like it's Batman is more that thing, or Spider. Anyway, I'm getting lost now. I really am. Just in this question.
Well, and with your accent, you can only play a villain. You know.
Seems. No, yes, I play Russians. I play all sorts of things. You know, it's like, keep free to inferiority here. More you damn weird. I think you my favorite. Oh, good for you. That's what I like to hear. Do you have a favorite character you voiced throughout your career? I go back to the same three: Alfred, Celebrimbor, and Mimir. You know, Celebrimbor because he's the, you know, the anti-hero. He's actually a bad guy, but he's a good guy, and it was just so much fun to play that. And then Mimir now, and who knows, one of the characters I'm playing at this moment might become my next favorite character.
Wait, so okay, before Mimir, I just have question. What does that audition line look like?
when I auditioned.
Yeah, like what? How did they describe that character to you? Did they tell you would just be a severed head?
No, they did not. They did not tell me I would be a severed head. But the audition was actually the first scene where you find me in the tree. So I went into a studio and I auditioned. I auditioned. I think I did a. I can't remember if I did a voice, just a voice audition that I sent in. But anyway, the real audition was when I went in and I auditioned in front of Matt Sophos and the writer and a table full of other people as Mimir in the tree. So I was just standing there like that, pretending I was in the tree, and that's what got me the job. Apparently, I was the only Scottish person tall enough with the right voice. I don't know.
I love how they're like, you were the only person tall enough, and yet you spend the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
With literally no. You're like 3 feet from the ground, maybe.
When I did Celebrimbor, actually, my height was a factor because they wanted somebody who was me and Troy Baker, because we had to meld all the time. They wanted somebody who was roughly the same build, and we're exactly the same build. And they also wanted somebody who was British, who was classically trained. And I was like, it's my job. It's my job to lose. I've just got to mess this up. That's all. So I got it. But that was amazing getting that, because I walked in and basically did 2 lines. They went, yep, all right, that's you. Come along, do this job.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, that was fun.
Amazing. All right, guys, we're going to take 2 more questions and then we're going to hop out of here. And for the 2 individuals whose prints will be slightly delayed,
Oh, is that all?
Send you emails. Yes, and I can't get my print guy to wake up from his nap, so
Did you do any improvised lines from Mimir? Nah.
You didn't get to add any Scottish slang.
Yes, I mean, well, we just talked about the Scottish slang, but I don't know what, like ballbag, that was a great one. And there were things I would correct them on occasionally about how things were phrased, but there was nothing specific that was improvised. It's hard to improvise in that environment because it's a single camera. It's a single shot the entire time. It's so choreographed that it's not like there's cutaways and they can throw things in there. We're following a really strong template, and that makes it really hard and really interesting. For everybody else, for me, I'm just hanging around at the side and I throw my lines in when I feel like it. So no, there's not a lot of improvising in this one.
All right, last one, guys.
Then
we're gonna let Alastair get back to his day.
Where are we?
Wherever you want to be.
Invulnerable threats, physical. What is something that you think that keeps Mimir going in his post-body life, like his motivation? Only being ahead must have been an adjustment for him. I would say so. But here's the thing: he chooses to, like, for him to continue. The only way he doesn't want to continue in his body, stuck in this tree. The only way he can continue is as a head. So once he is a head, disembodied, he's the smartest man alive, and basically his body was just for carrying his head around. So now he's like, okay, I can do something with this. And there were things that he really wanted to do, like kick Odin's ass, which he does eventually. All right.
All right, everybody. We will see you